and would love to connect with you all. Now, this is about CCIE Data Center certification. Dear friends, this particular session, a small session, is to introduce you with our CCIE Data Center. As you must have captured, you have seen that this particular session is focused towards, we have a focus over here, and our focus is definitely on the lab version 3.0. Since 2021, right? Well, to be very precise, for the past 2 years, CIE data center labs were almost closed because of COVID. Now the time has come when we can accomplish our long-term missions and the targets, that is our CCIE data center version 3.0 lab. So this particular training is going to be focused on the specific technologies and with regards to the lab, which means that while discussing about the individual technologies, which I'm going to present to you shortly, we will be talking about what was there previously in our labs and what is there now in the CCIE data center version 3.0 lab. So what we are going to talk about, we are going to talk about over here the batches and the timings. We are going to talk about the blueprint, what is the content, that is the various technologies involved. We will speak about the duration and how we can do the lab hands-on and what different study materials are going to be there. Hope you know that there is a qualifying exam called CCIEQ, and current code for which is 350-601. This is also called DC code, which provides you one CCNP certification as well, which is a 120 minutes duration course, exam. 190 to 110 questions are expected. This is associated with CCNP data center, CCI data center, and Cisco certified specialist. This is just basically the Q. This is considered to be the prerequisite, right, to appear for the lab. I do suggest, yes, you should go through it holistically and not just by mugging up, which is normal practice. So for that, we definitely will have a discussion on it. And then when it comes to the lab, dear friends, why CCIE data center version 3.0 was launched? CCIE data center version 3.0 was launched by Cisco way back in the year 2021. It was in the last week of February, Cisco declared that all the CCI tracks, older versions will be obsolete, right? And so data center version was also turned out to be obsolete, and Cisco, in terms of newer version, made the modification in the lab examination. Earlier it used to be, one second, now right. Earlier it used to be total 1 plus 7 hours of lab, 1 plus 7 hours, 1 hour for the diagnostic and 7 hours for the lab. Now it is 3 plus 5 hours, 3 hours for, this is now called design, right? And 5 hours for the lab, which is configuration and troubleshooting lab. So dear friends, this is divided into two parts. What we are going to focus on primarily is with regards to the technologies involved in these 5 hours, along with the 3 hours in terms of the diagnostic, in terms of understanding the technology. So this is the pattern. Module 1, which is a 3 hours fixed design part. Module 2, which includes deploy, operate, and optimize. Pretty confusing terminologies, but this is basically configuration and troubleshooting section. simple, wherein certain tasks will be provided to us and we have to configure. Certain tasks will be incomplete and we have to complete those tasks. And of course, some troubleshooting. Once you pass both the sections, that means your module 1 and module 2, only then you are given the pass certificate. It may happen that you may pass in both of the sections, right? You get passed in first, you get passed, but you may not get passed in the overall. Probably you know the nitty-gritty of it. If you want me to discuss about it, we can definitely discuss about it, but this is not the technology. The CCIE lab exam is divided into 7 different parts: data center, L2, L3 connectivity, fabric infrastructure, fabric connectivity, compute, storage, security, automation. And you know what? These 7 sections can be consolidated into certain technologies. What different technologies? We have a technology called Nexus. We have technology called SAN. We have technology called UCS. We have a technology called ACI, and we have a technology called Python. These 2 technologies are interrelated, very close to each other. Without without going through the SAN, you cannot directly jump over to UCS. Okay, my dear friends, one more request, which is please do feel absolutely free to ask any question. Don't just think that you will interrupt me. You will not at all interrupt me. By asking questions, queries in between when I am telling you something will not only help yourself, but will help our other dear friends as well. And will make sure that I should not, hide anything from you. So let's be very abrupt. These are the various lab equipments. In case if you have already worked on different technologies, then you may understand what these equipments are. But no worries, in case if you really do not know about this equipment, whenever we'll start any technology, we will be talking about these equipments. Over here, I'm just showing you Nexus. These are our ACI equipments. Then we have again Nexus. These are our equipments for the purpose of, say, storage and the LAN. Then we have UCS equipments we will be talking about. And you know what? When it comes to technologies, as I said earlier, even before starting any technology, the very first step of ours will be to understand the hardwares involved into that technology. I would welcome those dear friends who have just joined. So definitely welcome one more time to all of you who have joined now. So I was telling you that before starting any technology, say Nexus, we will be talking about hardware, what different hardwares are involved. Before talking about the ACI, we will be talking about the hardwares. Before talking about SAN, hardwares, UCS, a detailed description of hardwares will be there. Various softwares as will be used in our CCIE data center lab. Softwares will be available with our different devices. The entire technologies and the flow is mentioned over here. Module 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Module 1 includes Nexus hardware. Let me tell you one thing. So many times I got a question. Is this particular course only for CCIE? Or you are going to cover CCNA and CCNP as well? Let me tell you, my dear friends, the particular course is our 0 to hero course. Which means what? Which means that those components which are not holistically part of CCIE blueprint, but pretty important for us to know. We will be talking about those technologies, those basic concepts as well. Zero to hero you can become only when your foundation is strong, and that is what is the objective of our CCIE data center course. So module 1 will cover Nexus hardware, Nexus software, VPC, and Vxlan. You may be thinking, oh, there are certain technologies which should be there. Yes, this particular data center batch which we are starting, this is oriented towards our lab. The technologies and the sub technologies which are not going to be part of our data center lab examination, we are taking the privilege and your permission to keep them aside unless and until there comes a special and of course request from majority of you guys. For example, when it comes to module 1, you may ask, can we talk about VDC, virtual device context? Well, working on virtual device context was decently important in version 1.0, but not now. So taking the excuse of not discussing VDC, but guys, the excuse will be in your hand. If you want to excuse us, you can excuse us. If you don't want to excuse us, then just simply be very much demanding. Demand that you need this particular topic, and it will be our holistic responsibility to deliver it. And let me tell you guys, whatever we do say, we keep it on records. So you are going to get this kind of commitment on records, which you can definitely claim anytime. Anyway, after completing module, yes, anyone wants to say something? No worries. Module number 2 will be ACI. Just don't think that this is a very small module. This is a major component. You may be thinking that why normally we don't begin module number 2 after Nexus. Why over here? The simple reason, this particular module holistically should be covered immediately after Vxlan. Reason, the Vxlan understanding is applied in ACI as well. So that's the reason we do immediately start ACI. Well, I will be giving you details of each and every module sooner. Then after completing ACI, it will be storage area networking, followed by UCS, and then Python. Now, one more thing, a little change which I would like to make over here. I would like to move this Python immediately after ACI. Right? Module 5 will become a module number 3, and then 3 will become 4, and 4 will become 5. Why is it so? It is because even in your actual lab examination, you will be using the Python to do the configuration on your ACI. So when ACI will be freshly done, immediately we will understand how Python script can be used in order to configure what we have just configured in ACI using graphical user interface. Right? So after ACI, we will be spending our holistic dedicated time in order to understand the Python. Guys, one more important clarification I would like to give you. This Python scripting, what we are going to learn, this is not from the holistic point of becoming the network automation engineer. No, that is not the part of it. So, but the intention of Python is to make sure that our foundational understanding of a script, in case if it is presented to us, we should be able to decipher the script, and any modification is required, we should be able to modify that particular script. And you know what? That is the requirement of the lab, right? So basic intention, foundation plus orientation. Foundation in terms of technology and orientation towards our mission. Module number 1. You know what? I have mentioned VDC, but you know what? If you grant me permission, I would like to say cross to it. Why? Because this is not something which is going to be there in the exam. But even if one single, I'm not saying majority of you guys, right, in the batch, even if one single friend of mine in the batch says he needs to understand VDC without any further question or justification, we will be doing the topic. No, we know that it takes some extra days, but of course we are not going to avoid, because our orientation is not just the lab but the technology also, because ultimately we all know that we have to prove and justify what our CCIE number. Dear friends, the bitter truth is there are hundreds and thousands of CCIE numbers, but very few can actually justify their number. So, but ours is a holistic approach to justify number and not just to grab it. Grabbing the number is easy. You all know what are different ways to grab the number. In Nexus hardware, this particular topic in module number 1 is not there in the blueprint, but understanding the Nexus hardware is pretty important if you really want to justify your number. I can see a lot of friends of us, they are joining, and let me welcome them. And we have got Manoj. Welcome, Manoj. We have got Syed. Welcome, Syed. Okay.
Yeah, hello sir. Manoj this side.
Hello, Syed. Yeah, we will have a small chit chat after this, but Syed, feel absolutely free. If you have any question, any doubt, right, you can definitely expect an honest response from me. So while talking about Nexus hardware, which is not a part of the blueprint, but why I will be covering is just to make myself more comfortable in terms of covering up the next topics and the technologies. So we will be talking about the chassis, line cards, fabric module, supervisor engine, different models, and inside and outside. Not at a deep hardware level we will go, but we will be talking about what supervisor engines are used in our, say, Nexus 7K, Nexus 7700, Nexus 9500. We will be talking about Nexus operating system. This particular topic is also not the part of CCIE data center curriculum or the blueprint, but understanding the Nexus operating system is a very holistic approach of justifying our number. We will be talking about Nexus operating system with regards to its origin overview, with regards to comparison between Nexus OS and Cisco IOS. Nexus OS modular architecture. Why do we say it is a modular operating system? High availability feature, the command line interface, operational and management feature, and pretty important, licensing and life cycle of our Nexus operating system. Irrespective you are using Nexus operating system, right, or ACI operating system for your ACI fabric switches, we should know the basic architecture so that we can justify ourselves. VDC, this is the optional topic. If you guys will demand, I will cover this, else we can bypass this particular topic called virtual device context. A topic which has done a long journey with us, starting from version 1.0 to 2.0 to 2.1 to 3.0. This particular topic has been a flagship topic, has done a lot of modifications. So we will be talking about Nexus Vpc. This particular topic is extremely asked even in our interviews, right? So in order to justify our knowledge about Nexus data center, this is very important topic. We will be doing the handsome lab on it. Multicast. Though this particular topic does not constitute to be part of our data center curriculum officially, we can definitely skip it, but we cannot afford to skip this topic. Reason? Because next after this topic is called the most important topic, Vxlan. So multicast usage is there in the Vxlan topic. So we will be doing multicast as a refresh course in order to refresh our knowledge about multicast, and of course focusing multicast towards our Vxlan, the next topic. The major, one of the most significant and the most important topic which test our knowledge with regards to IGP, internal gateway protocol, as well. This particular topic is the flagship topic today, called Vxlan. Vxlan labs, people do say yes, they are comfortable with, but it is inappropriate to do your Vxlan lab unless and until you know the nitty-gritty of its concept. So Vxlan labs we will be doing, but before that we will be taking a deep dive into the technology, the architecture, why, what is Vxlan, the inside packet of a Vxlan, the terminologies used, the frame format, various deployment models, and the latest and the greatest deployment model of Vxlan called MPBGP Evpn deployment model. So this Vxlan expects us to have the decent understanding of MPBGP as well, and before that, an understanding of BGP, border gateway protocol. So it is expected from you that you should have the prior basic knowledge of MPBGP, because we are not going to talk about MPBGP in great deep details. Expectation is definitely that you should know how to configure BGP. You should know what are various BGP attributes, because over here we are going to use one attribute called community attribute in BGP. We are going to see what this community attributes provide us in case of MPBGP deployment of in our Vxlan. Now, BGP, if you have configured previously in Cisco iOS, has different set of commands. When we configure it in Vxlan, those nitty-gritties of configuration, minor nitty-gritties of configuration change, we will be talking about over here indeed. You know, but when it comes to BGP, I do deserve you guys to know what is the significance of next hop self command. What is the purpose of eBGP multi-hop command, right? And the neighbor command. Okay, I really don't want to set humongous expectation from you, but please do set expectation from your side. And in order to do that, I can provide you in advance a beautiful PDF on BGP if you need to refresh your knowledge of BGP prior to starting Vxlan. This is the one lab and this is the other lab. This, we are going to do two labs wherein we will make sure that the servers, right, the servers which are there inside the fabric and the servers which are outside our Vxlan network, right, they should be able to talk to each other. So this is just a lab topology which we will be working on, and in the second lab topology there will be a modification. We call this lab as Vxlan with VPC and multi-tenant. So this is what will be there in your lab as well. There is another third variant, advanced variant of Vxlan, which is called Vxlan over multi-site. So that definitely we will be discussing as well. Quite long, expecting a couple of questions from you guys. So let me know, dear friends, before I move over to the next topic, if you have any question. Richard has asked, no more hyperflex after UCS, or does UCS include hyperflex? My dear friend Richard, yes, no more hyperflex this time in the current batch.
Hi, Ashish. Yeah, I joined through my phone to get the audio. Thank you for that clarification.
So sorry, dear friends. There was some issue. I happened to see my mic color grayed out. I think now you can hear me.
Very good.
I'm so sorry. I just realized that my mic was grayed out. I don't know. It never happened before. Okay, so Richard, I was giving answer to your question.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. So that's not part of the blueprint anymore, is what it is, right? It's been removed.
Okay, that is still the part of the blueprint, but not the part of your CCIE data center lab examination. What I'm talking about is the real lab examination. Hyperflex is not there.
Oh, I see. So it's more like conceptual than labbing. Understood. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome, my dear friend. Since you are already enrolled, I am obliged to deliver you Hyperflex. So Hyperflex, I'm starting from Monday. So you can join any of the batch in the morning or in the evening as it is convenient to you.
Excellent.
Right? And I think I have already provided you the access to Hyperflex,
Yes.
my recordings, class recordings.
Indeed. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, Vinay has asked a question. Do we need CCNA before going VC version 3? And Vinay, not at all. Not at all. Now, when I'm saying not at all, this means not at all for CCNA data center. But if you ask me CCNA routing and switching, yes, you should know the basic of the routing and switching concept. At least CCNP level of routing and switching you should know. Not the certification, but the knowledge. Does it make sense, Vinay?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So Vinay, do you have CCNP level of routing and switching knowledge?
No. I basically
Okay,
work
what is
on
your,
hardware only, nothing related to network.
and how about the basic networking knowledge in terms of routing protocols? Do you have that?
Yes.
You know about OSPF, BGP?
Yes. I did my
Then,
CCNA. It's been 5 years ago, but recently no, I haven't done any.
okay. So if you have the basic routing and switching knowledge, then it is decently fine. And because up till BGP configuration, basic BGP configuration is what is expected. Rest
Okay.
CCIE data center covers everything. As I said, this particular course is zero to hero from the data center point of view. Even if you do not know anything about data center, then this is absolutely sufficient. But little expectation is the basic routing and switching knowledge. Good that you have it. All right. So thank you so much, Leandro Nazzarini, for joining. And I can see you joined in between. So I would like to repeat one more time. If you guys have any question in between, right? Just don't think that you can ask your questions only once I'll complete, right? And that is what is the protocol we use in our batches as well. You have 100% right, to ask the question in between. Okay, here comes a question. For a newbie, I'm curious to know how the lab access will be. Yes, Shrutesh, I'm going to address this particular question as well. All right, so I'll go ahead so that I can address all your questions. So my dear friends, the simple point, Nexus labs, right? What different, how we are going to do the labs? Shrutesh, the question is from you. For the purpose of our various lab practices, for example, for our Cisco Nexus lab, first and foremost important thing for you guys to do is to create a Cisco account. It can be a guest level account or it can be a corporate account. It is your choice. It's not mandatory that you need to have a privileged account with Cisco. Just a guest level account also will suffice. Now, once you'll have the guest level access to cisco.com, then I will give you demonstration of all the labs using Cisco D Cloud. Now, Shrutesh, may I request you, if you have any Cisco account with you, can you just share your email ID so that I can give you a demo of how you can access the labs? Or any one of you, if you share your email ID over here on the chat, I will show you. All right, here you go, Shrutesh. So this is your email ID. All right. Okay. And what I'm going to do is how I'm going to give you access of the lab. I have copied your email ID and I'm going to go to my dear friend, which is called Cisco D Cloud, right? And there is a search engine for the catalog. For example, we need a lab on Vxlan. Press Vxlan and couple of labs comes in front of us. The very first and the foremost lab which I will be demonstrating you is called Implement AMP BGP Evpn Vxlan Control Plane Lab version 2. What I'm going to do for the purpose of demonstration, and the same thing you can do once I authorize you to book the lab, is to schedule the lab. Once you schedule the lab, you can schedule it as a single session. How to schedule as a multiple sessions? There are certain complexities. We will not go on to that. You can schedule a single session. The session duration will be of your choice, right? You can choose the start date, end date, start time, and end time. There is basically no crunch in terms of how long you want to book and avail the lab. The same lab will be available across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different data centers, and not one single lab in a data center, multiple labs. So multiple friends of yours can do the same lab in different time zones, in different locations, etc. But before you step into this particular lab, it will be my holistic responsibility to provide you a demonstration and a lab workbook for it. So let me quickly show you what kind of demonstration and lab workbook will be there for this particular purpose as well. So here I go. Well, this was not part of my agenda, but since you have asked, I am obliged to tell you and demonstrate you. I have got different, all right, this is the lab. I will present to you the each and every individual step. First of all, how you can, what is this lab? What is the lab topology? It is my holistic responsibility to present you the physical connectivity, the complete IP addressing, IP sheet, the login credentials of each and every device, the management IP addresses, the loopback 0 IP addresses, loopback 1 IP addresses of all the devices, because apparently we will be using all these addresses, the steps to be followed in order to get into the lab, the passwords, in case if you need to do some putty modifications, etc., and certain caveats. And my personal advice to you before you step into the lab. And then the lab tasks, which includes the verification, pre-configuration, configuration, and the verification. I will be covering up all the tasks broken into different parts, and along with each and every task, I will be showing you how to do it. The same presentation and demonstration which I will be giving you, I will convert this PPT slide deck into a PDF form, and this is already available on the portal at your discretion to download and start practicing on. But long story short, to simplify the performance of this lab, because if you directly download the workbook, you may not be very convenient. I will be presenting you this lab in a most intuitive and lucid manner. Hope this your question, dear Shrutesh. Definitely, Shrutesh. Okay. All right. Keep on pouring your questions, my dear friends, if you have any. So, Nexus Labs, Nexus hardware. Of course, it becomes pretty important for us to know what are the hardwares, the softwares, the presentation of the hardwares. we will be doing through Cisco 360 interactive catalog. I will be demonstrating you the different hardwares, the operating system I will be presenting to you, the VPC, there is a dedicated lab, the Vxlan, there are a couple of labs. One lab demonstration, the one which I just showed you, I will be giving you. The explanation of other labs, definitely I will be giving you. And one more important thing, while doing any lab, right, I will keep on telling you that what is the format of the lab in your boot camp. Guys, you please find out. You can think of the analogous of bootcamp, what I'm referring to. Bootcamp is just a tricky terminology which everybody uses, but actual meaning of the bootcamp is different. Module number 2, ACI. Dear friends over here, I have removed 2 important topics. When I said I have removed, this means I'm leaving it at your discretion to demand it. And I love demanding friends of mine. The topics which I have removed over here is ACI multi-site and microsegmentation. Rest remain over here. Why removed? Because they are removed from the lab. So what is ACI? Why ACI? Blah, blah, blah. So many things I can, you know what? Normally I take only single month to cover ACI. So I just simply cannot cover ACI. So dear friends, this particular topic and this particular topic in ACI is removed. We'll come in front of you with at a special request if you wish to. If you are running fast towards your lab, then you can definitely skip this particular topic. And these are the lab demonstration presentations, which we will be doing with the help of our Cisco D Cloud. Storage area networking, sometimes we ignore this particular topic, but this is not the topic which can afford to be ignored, guys. Very important. We skip this topic thinking, oh, this is a topic coming up with new terminologies. Indeed true, but new terminologies always have its analogy with the previous technology. So we will be learning this particular technology in terms of establishing its analogy with local area networking, in terms of establishing our basic understanding of the terminologies like what is RAID, etc. So we have a couple of important things to understand in storage area networking. You know what? Time is running fast. I have to wrap it up. So please excuse me in case if you're finding that I'm running fast now. Module number 4, unified computing system. This particular topic is the most important topic, very, very important topic, and highly ignored topic by us, the typical data center engineers from networking background, from our routing and switching background. We just simply think this is a topic which is going to talk about server, and server is not my cup of tea. So we skip this particular topic called unified computing system. But dear friends, let me tell you from my past many years of experience, not many friends of mine, they have flamed CCI data center because they ignored this particular topic. Truly speaking, that this particular topic you may not be able to use in your professional career post doing your CCI data center, but from the data center lab point of view, it is pretty important. This is not the last topic. This particular module called Python, we will be doing as module number 3 immediately after ACI, with the holistic intention that we want to know Python, scripting, In Python, we need to know what are data structure, what are various operators, what are comments, what are conditional, and what are iterative statement, because in our lab examination a pre-written script will be presented to us. There will be certain errors in the script. There will be a requirement to add some new configuration in the script. If we know how to decipher the script, guys, the terminology is deciphering. We need to know how to decipher the script, and in order to decipher the script, we should know the script. That is the objective of learning Python over here. Python will come immediately after ACI, wherein I will also demonstrate you the script which will be in front of us, right? And I'm sure once you will go through the Python, you will be able to decipher the script, and as per the requirement of the question, you will be able to correct and modify the script as well. And with the topic, we will be done with. Quickly, let me tell you that as a material, you are going to get class notes, videos on demand. All right, this means not on demand, I should say video on your discretion. Only one time you need to demand it, right? And then videos will be given on your discretion to use as and when you want. Videos means your class videos, class recordings. You will be getting the PDF, that is study material, and various Cisco reference material. All these materials are available in our portal. Let me show you the portal as well. Once you will enroll yourself, you will be asked to log in into stringznet.com, and you would be requested to create your account there, sign up for the first time. Once you are signed up, you just need to log in. Of course, your account needs to be activated, which the administrator will activate, and you will, under your login, under my courses of your login, you will get to see various courses assigned to you. For example, Cisco ACI. In Cisco ACI, you will have the videos, which is nothing but all the class recordings, including the lab, theory, everything. You will get access to the lab workbooks, all the lab workbooks. You will get access to various study materials. Oh, beautiful. You can download these study materials, and we would request you to please keep on giving the feedback. You can fill your feedback as and when you feel good to fill your feedback. So various practice material, you will have Cisco 3D interactive catalog will tell you this is web-based. You can download and install in your laptop or your mobile phones as well. As and when you require, you can use it. Cisco dCloud access. DevNet is up to you. There are a couple of labs over there. UCS platform emulator, I'll tell you how you can use it. Other various available tools are, Titanium EventG. I will not be telling you how to use it. Most of you already know. If you have Titanium, you can use it. If you are in Cisco and you have access to Whirl, there is a modified version of Whirl which is being introduced. You can use those as well. But predominantly for the purpose of lab, we will be using Cisco dCloud. All right, okay, the time is running. Study methodology, do prepare your class notes. Please do discuss your doubts. You need not wait for the trainer to complete the topic. You can interrupt. Looks offensive. You can definitely ask any question in between. Lab, there is a way you should do the lab, that is called shadow with your buddies. I will request you to establish your buddy relationship, pretty important. It's being seen, those who establish buddy relationship, they are the one who are the first ones. Yes, WhatsApp will be there, which will be live 24/7. You can put your queries, doubts, concerns, as we are all doing in WhatsApp. Any other methodology, if you wish to, you can discuss with your trainer. Study material, I have already shown you how you can access, how you can create account, and you will get access to all the class videos, study material, PDF, workbooks, etc. Punctuality has been key to our success and need not say the importance of it. I believe in locking the meeting room, but it is not the practice which I am following, to be very honest. So why is it so? Is because punctuality is something which I have seen tremendously, pretty important. Batch days and timings are going to be Monday to Friday. The same topic in the morning as well as in the evening. Choice is yours, which time you want to choose. You can choose either or both without any extra charge. That means I love to see my friends, right? I have a brilliant friend. For the first time, I've seen a friend of mine who joins me early morning batch. For him, it's not 5 a.m. For him, it is 2:30 a.m., right? He is in a different time zone. And then he joins one more time at 7:30 p.m. Not for him, it's not 7:30 p.m. For him, it is 5 p.m. So more than welcome if you want to join both the timings, or based on your convenience, you can join any time of your choice. Some of your questions which have been seen many times: how many hours of lab practice? And answer is no limit. We holistically believe as long as you want to practice, it should be at your discretion, not at my discretion. So once I will authorize you, or if you don't ask for the authorization, you can ask me to book the lab. And as long as you want to do the lab, of course, based on certain other criterias, availability criterias as well, which is not a very stringent one. So there is no such limit in terms of lab practice hour. Is bootcamp also included in this package? Well, this is a question related to commercial, and we have a friend, the coordinator, he will be there. But the technology is separate and bootcamp is separate. But in the technology, you are getting an advantage that you are getting the glimpse of bootcamp, right? And I am 100% sure if you go through this technology, bootcamp will be a simple cakewalk for you guys. And so will be the lab number. Okay, some more questions, please. I tried to be crispy, guys. In case if you feel that I have missed something, please feel absolutely free. What is duration and fee? Manoj, duration is 2 months, and about the fee, our coordinator will tell you. Okay, Landro Lazzarini has asked a question. Okay, what is the duration of class during weekdays? Yes, it is answered. Next is there any difference in duration if I choose? No change in the duration. It is not the duration, it is the topic. What is being covered in the morning batch, the same will be covered in the evening batch. So no duration, both the batches, they go simultaneously. Will there be weekend classes? No, my dear friend, there will not be weekend classes. I holistically believe by joining you, I'm going to have an extended family, and I don't want my extended family to get suffered because of me calling you on the weekends. So no weekend classes. And yes, true. It is a relationship, a long lasting relationship, I believe in. In case, yes, are the classes occurring in Saturday, Sunday, or only on Saturday? It's just Monday to Friday, my dear friend, no weekend. What is duration of class? So This answer is not available. Your last question. Okay. Well, you know what? I will discourage you to be very open-hearted in the batches with regards to the actuals, right? When I say actual, this means what is actually there in the lab. Though we have the visibility, but we want to focus ourselves holistically on the technology, because technology known is problems solved. So non-disclosure agreement for your safety and for everyone's safety, right? I will request you not to discuss something which is part of NDA, your NDA. Everyone does sign NDA with when you go for the exam, right? And last but not the least, lifetime enrollment. As I just said, our relationship is not a batch-based relationship. We have our two friends over here, Richard and Arun ES. Those who enroll for the complete, I'm saying complete data center, the commitment is with them is the lifetime commitment. That is, you can join n number of times, n number of batches without even a single penny asked next time, right? There are definitely certain caveats. Suppose if we launch the batch, I'm just telling you from StringNet point of view, if they launch the batch at a highly discounted rate, right, then the lifetime enrollment is not there. This is the reason asterisk is being given. And one more reason is, in case if you are for another version, say version 4.0 is launched, then this lifetime enrollment will not be there. Let me be very honest with you over here as well. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for giving me extra 10 minutes. If you have any question, your feedback, your comments, your complaints, your compliment, your suggestion, anything, please share over here, or you can share after that as well. Let me know. Okay, let me quickly check. Okay, Lenjo, my dear friend, the difference between technology versus bootcamp is technology is holistically focused towards understanding the deep dive of various components, say Nexus, ACI, Python, right? Python. And bootcamp means you have the actuals in front of you, right? And you are practicing on actuals. That is called bootcamp. Bootcamp is, the industry has given a terminology called bootcamp, but bootcamp means something actual. Is the bootcamp like we and you going through the labs live at the same time? Yes. Prefix in front of labs is, actual labs. But it will not be definitely me who will be taking the bootcamp. It will be someone else. So just for more details about the bootcamp, you can definitely reach out to the admin over here, and he will give you more insight into it if you have any question. And as I said, NDA, right? So we all of us, we have to, respect that NDA. Okay. There is. All right. Here is your coordinator, Ryan. You can reach out to him. He has given his number, his email ID, and he will address your questions. Lenjo, Lazarani, my dear friend, thank you so much for asking the questions. Dear friends, if you have any question, any doubt, please feel absolutely free. You can ask, you can be very honest, and you can expect the same honesty from me. All right, so thank you once again. All dear friends, if you don't have any question, let's sign off from this session, and hope to see you soon. Next question should be, when are we going to start the batch? We are going to start this particular batch from Monday, September 12th. Why not immediately? Because as I said, we have one topic which is left in the current batch, which is Hyperflex. So dedicating coming week to Hyperflex, and I hope in case if you have any queries during that time, you can definitely get your queries addressed. If you want to have one-on-one session with me, one-on-one call to discuss any queries concern, you can do that. Rayan has already shared the details in terms of what details? Yeah, phone number and the mail. You can definitely reach out to him, and he will be more than happy to address all your queries and concerns as well. And as he said, trainer's number will be shared. Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is Ryan. I'm sorry to bother you, Ashish sir. Just want to intimate everyone and just want to tell them that if anyone has a technical question or technical doubts, they can clarify it from you right away. And if they want to know anything about fees or anything else, they can contact me through WhatsApp or call. And they can also drop me an email at simulate@gmail.com. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you soon, and enjoy the rest part of your weekend. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.